Hello Year 3, it's Mr. Spracklin here. Ahead of our next RE lesson, I thought it would be useful to share some pre-learning resources with you. You'll know that we've already started learning about Sikhism in RE, and we began by thinking about ourselves and what it feels like to belong to something. We used the example of our own school and the uniform that we wear that provides a sense of identity. And we also thought about other clubs that we might be part of, whether that be Brownies or Cubs, or whether it be something like a football team. Last week, we introduced the Sikh ceremony of taking Amrit, and we met two boys, 11-year-old Taran and his brother Jovan, and they showed us what happened at their Amrit and explained their customs. If you want to remind yourself of this, you can go back onto the Year 3 blog at pow-year3.blogspot.com, and you can watch back the video that we watched together in class. This week, our objective is to explain the main beliefs in Sikhism. We need to explain the Sikh concept of God and also explain the main beliefs that Sikhs share. So, let's think about Sikhism and the main beliefs. Sikhs believe that there is only one God, and that God cannot be described as either male or female. Sikhs believe that God is both Sargun, everywhere and in everything, and Nirgun, above and beyond creation. Sikhs believe that God created the world and created people to know the difference between right and wrong. Sikhs do not have images of God and are forbidden to worship any images created of God. Sikhs refer to God with many different names, including Waheguru, which means wonderful teacher, Safnam, which means eternal reality, and Akal Parakh, which means eternal one. Before we move on, let's watch a video from BBC Teach entitled, What is Sikhism?
Sikhism has more than 20 million followers around the world. There are nearly 500,000 of us in the UK. It was founded in the region of the Punjab in South Asia more than 500 years ago by a man called Guru Nanak. He was the first of the 10 Gurus, our spiritual leaders. Through their teachings, we believe there is only one God, who is worshipped by people of all religions. We call God Waheguru.
Waheguru is a name for God, which we should repeat every day and night and wherever we are, whenever we are. It means the Great One, the Master. Waheguru is just the King of Kings. I do think God listens to people when they pray. No matter how deep the problem or how silly the question or something, he'll always be there to listen.
The holiest place in the world for Sikhs is the Harmandir Sahib in the Punjab in India. We call it the Golden Temple.
When I was in Year 2, I went to the Golden Temple with my family. When I first saw it, it was amazing. It's absolutely stunning. It's decorated in pure gold and it's a lovely place to be. It's more or less every Sikh's dream to go there once in their lifetime.
Just like the Golden Temple, everyone is welcome at the Gurdwara, the Sikh place of worship back at home. We believe everyone is equal in the eyes of God.
Boys don't get treated any different from girls. Like, my parents don't treat me any different from my brother.
What is all the best?
And what about your dad?
When I'm told to do something, it isn't just like, oh, because you're the girl, you have to stay in the kitchen, you have to cook, you have to clean. My brother helps out, my dad helps out and everything, so I just find it really nice to be treated equally. Otherwise, I just wouldn't be like as happy as I am, I think.
At the Gurdwara, everyone sits together to pray and eat. Sharing food and serving others is a massive part of Sikhism. We love to volunteer.
When I do a bit to help others and do so, like, it makes me feel very spiritual and content, and then it kind of makes you feel a bit more of a happy kind of person.
Everything we know about Sikhism can be found in the Holy Scriptures, the Guru Granth Sahib. We respect the Guru Granth Sahib like a human teacher, an eternal living Guru. It contains the wisdom of all the Sikh Gurus in history, as well as the teachings of people from other religions.
It's got all the teachings of all the 10 Gurus throughout their lifetimes in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So we won't ever have another Guru apart from Guru Granth Sahib Ji because he is the eternal Guru.
In Sikhism, there are 10 gurus, spiritual teachers. Sikhs believe that these gurus were at one with God. They were the link between God and humans. The gurus were chosen to deliver God's messages. All gurus lived their lives as an example to all Sikhs. The 10 gurus were in human form, but the 11th and final guru is considered to be the holy book, the Guru Granth Sahib, which contains the messages of all the gurus.
In Sikhism, there are loads of famous stories about the 10 Gurus and their teachings. They help us to find out more about what it means to be a good Sikh.
Okay, who can tell me who Bhai Kanhaiya Ji was? From Jot.
Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, he helped people in battle. He even helped his enemy. He did this because he saw God in everyone.
The story of Bhai Kanhaiya, who served water to wounded enemy soldiers, is just one of the many stories passed down over the years to help explain Sikh values. But some of the most famous are about Guru Nanak, the first Guru and the founder of Sikhism. Butter Singh visits schools all over Birmingham, passing on the wisdom from stories.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
This one is Guru Nanak and the Boulder. It's a story about a man Guru Nanak met during his travels. The man was refusing to share water from his well, even though the rest of his village desperately needed it.
Now Guru Nanak knew how to solve this problem. He told his companion Mardana to go and fetch a bucket of water from the well. When he reached his destination, he did come across this very big, strong man. Mardana, he says, look, I've come for some water. I can see you're standing here and guarding it, but please have mercy. This huge, strong man began to shout at Mardana and say, how dare you come here? You know full well the villagers can do things for me, but they don't. So why should I give them water? Tell the villagers if they want some water from my well, then serve me. I will be their master.
Guru Nanak sent Mardana back up the hill 3 times to ask for water, but the man refused.
And Guru Nanak knew it was time to teach a lesson. So then Guru Nanak removed a rock that was nearby. All of a sudden a spring of water came out, and all the villagers were so delighted to see that. They all started to share in that water and take that water home.
At the same time, at the top of the hill, the man's well began to run dry.
And he says, what miracle has this man done? I will teach him a lesson. He got this rock nearby and he took it to the end of the cliff and he aimed at Guru Nanak and he rolled it down. And as it rolled down and down, the villagers said, Guru Nanak, save yourself. Guru Nanak, please. Guru Nanak said, rest assured, you carry on taking your water and I will stop this. He put his hand out and he stopped that rock.
When the man saw this, he felt humbled.
All of a sudden, something hit his heart. And he realized, what have I done? I have done something wrong. He ran down and he asked for forgiveness. He says, I didn't realize, but my heart was like stubborn, like stone. But now he has melted like wax.
It's a story all about ego and pride.
Guru Nanak and the Boulder is a story that teaches us about how to get rid of our pride. And by taking the teachings of the scriptures, accepting them, following them, It will bring inside us compassion, humility, truth, contentment. And these are the virtues we all need to live an honest life.
Storytelling in Sikhism is very important because you learn about your history and what's wrong and right.
Well, my dad's quite religious, and if we do something wrong, he'll tell us a story.
You get to know your history and if you learn stories.
Sit down with my dad sometimes and start telling the stories, and every so often, like when we heard the name of the story, we'd be like, Dad, Mum, I don't know all about this story, they'd explain it to us.
The more stories I hear about Guru Nanak, the more I wish I'd known him.
It would be amazing to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji because with the amazing things that I've heard, it would be an honour.
Year 3, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I look forward to discussing and exploring more with you on Tuesday. In the meantime, please feel free to rewind the video to catch any points you may have missed. And why not use the comment section in Google Classroom to let your friends know what you thought about the main beliefs of Sikhism.